Greetings, fellow Crystal Gems.
Tiki here,
And Blue Dragon 5.
and welcome to another thrilling episode of Tiki's Universe. That's right, it's the show. It's the umbrella show for all kinds of different current cartoon programming. Yes, that's right. So, Dragon, we just got done with a month of Star vs. Force of Evil, and now we're diving into a month of Milo Murphy's Law with me and Jacob. So we're keeping ourselves busy. But, anyways, we have Steven Universe, and unfortunately, Dragon, I'm really not looking forward to this episode. I'm really not. I have low. I have.
Could always be Onion. It could always be Onion, Tiki, so we're fine.
The thing is, at least Onion episodes make me feel something.
Oh, come on.
It's like Rocknoldo episodes are just so superfluous to me. It's like, at least with Onion, it's like, at least we're...
Yeah, that nice Halloween episode. We got that with Rocknoldo. It was a decent Halloween episode.
Yeah, and then Onion had a very unconventional Halloween episode.
No. Literally, Rocknoldo was tied to Halloween ghost horror stuff, and Onion was just unnaturally creepy.
Sure.
There's a difference.
So I'm not looking forward to this episode, but you know what episode, Dragon, holy crap, we have to talk about Storm in the Room, because of course, as we do with these shows, since we're talking over them on air, we sometimes miss some stuff and whatnot, so we like to kind of go back and say what we missed. Anything big that we miss about Storm in the Room, Dragon? Any sort of earth-shattering, Pink Diamond style revelations that we missed?
Well, honestly, nothing Pink Diamond esque, but I mean, it's a few things that maybe to kind of address a little bit more because we're all caught up in the moment and stuff while things go on. And it was kind of neat how the story, the whole episode, kind of got a we jump started Steven's story through Connie and kind of her thing in the beginning, which impressed us.
To tell you the truth, I could do without the Connie stuff.
I like how the payoff kind of gets us into Steven's story though. It's doing two things. The Connie stuff achieves two things. One, she addresses the aftermath of Steven having to process a lot of the stuff from the previous Steven bomb, and of course the Connie and Dr. Maheshwaran stuff, which you got a few gags with Dr. Maheshwaran, which we kind of covered already. The whole she's not crazy about her patients and they shouldn't have her home number, or her cell phone number.
She's just I would not want to be her patient. Seriously, this woman just seems unpleasant.
Well, no, patients shouldn't have medical doctors' cell phone numbers, Tiki. That's what she's stating fact.
Okay, I understand that, but then she's all suspicious about the patient stealing her cell phone charger. I don't know.
Anyway, let's not question Dr. Maheshwaran's practice, Tiki.
Okay.
Anyway, so Connie, there's a moment with. The main reason I think Connie's in the episode is you have that great moment with Connie and Dr. Maheshwaran where Steven's in the middle of them and get to see kind of she gets a message from her mother saying that she's not there, which of course connects to Steven, but also the fact Steven's in between seeing the kind of mother and child kind of reconnecting as he desperately wishes, which again the whole crux of the Steven bomb is about him getting answers with his mother, which he never quite got. So now this is the great epilogue to the previous Steven bomb essentially.
Yeah, I could see that. It's just, for me, it just didn't need to take up a whole third of the episode.
Well, honestly, I think the episode does a great job with its time, and because of the need to kind of pad things out a little bit. And I think it's kind of a neat way of kind of at least making story relevant the way they're padding.
Fair enough, but I just think there's, as good as the road stuff is, and the road stuff is fantastic, I think we could have had even more of the road stuff.
So, let's see. So there's a lot of... I think here's kind of an issue that's in that Connie stuff last time before we move on. Going through the thing is that Connie is fearing the uncertainty, which I think we've all been there. We're kind of fearing someone we know is they haven't come home.
Very relatable, yeah, for sure.
I've been there 100 times before. Someone's in the middle of something they don't have any confirmation what's going on. So yes, fearing the uncertain is obviously it's a fear we all have, but of course, it's really neat to see that addressed in kind of a kid's cartoon, essentially, and kind of in animation. It's really kind of an adult, relatable thing to kind of approach there. The line that we didn't miss this. Dr. Maheshwaran has this great line about addressing it's not exactly addressing Steven's outfit, which I was really hoping that she was going to address. It was he's still in kind of the prisoner kind of zoo garb.
the spa gear, if you will.
Yeah, she thinks it's oh, did he get back from the spot? No, Mom, it's space. Huh. That's how that goes. So, of course, Steven mentions Steven wanted to know firsthand what Rose was like, and of course, that's the thing we've been building since the beginning of the series. He wants kind of firsthand experience.
Absolutely.
And now you'll remember
Great
Steven's last two visits to the room. No, not that one. His last two visits to Rose's room ended up being disastrous.
Crossover.
Connie, you're tearing me apart,
Pearl. Well, I'm sorry, Tommy. I'm not trying to tear you apart.
Give me back my Connie, Pearl. Give me back my Connie.
Okay.
Anyway, so
just tell me why so yelling at Pearl. That's just beautiful. Anyways,
Pearl, I did not hit Garnet. I did not. She hit me and flew me across the room. Anyway, so Steven, of course, the point is Steven's in the room this episode, different room. He's in Rose's room, and last two visits to the room, as we recall, ended in complete disaster because he was in the room, which gave him everything he wanted, and then turned like the zombified Beach City, which was horrifying. And the second visit, there's a whole Connie gets replaced, and again, it's more. The room usually ends in disaster, so he's in the room yet again, and this is going to be the most kind of psychologically, involved visit of all.
Oh yeah.
Now I figure, I think we speculate upon during phase. I figure like the gym links to the room, which results in kind of the what's in the room feeding on Steven's kind of emotional and mental responses when it constructs the projections.
Yeah, it's a very interesting sort of like you just kind of have to, and that's sort of the case with a lot of the shows. You just kind of have to take the show sort of presents the logic, you know what I mean? You just kind of have to make of it what you will.
Yeah. I think it makes it interesting. Again, I think it's a little ambiguous because again, it's a question of is it the gem? Is it Rose's gem? Because again, we've always been speculating. Steven's going to look within himself, which would be the gem, which is Rose. You can actually talk to Rose inside. It's like a meditative state, perhaps. Here is kind of it's more. It's a little bit more. A little bit of both worlds here. Where again, it could be the gem linking to the room and doing that what we've been predicting, or it's just kind of it's the room itself, just kind of it's very, very Steven's self-doubt, Steven's thoughts are factored into the room.
Sure.
That's a huge moment, though, Steven meeting Rose.
Oh, yeah. Like we said, it's definitely been built up. It's especially like we saw that whole, all the, I mentioned this before, but all those different rose quartz that were bubbled, kind of like a good sort of like
foreshadow.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's very Bates Motel in its execution, honestly, of the Rose being projected. Think about it; it's quite literally like the first episode of season 5 of Bates Motel. We're not quite sure how much of it's
Yeah,
in this case, seriously, think about it. It's a projection of Rose, and again, it's like it's based on
her in her perfect state, but there's also like seedy elements of her character that slip through based on Steven's emotional state. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's Rose based on Steven's expectations and his emotional state, because she does kind of change in her temperament and like kind of how she's being perceived. And I'll get into that in a second. But Rose, think about it. It's very kind of fun, like kind of dreamlike logic in a way where when they're playing the game, Rose doesn't play the game because she can't.
Of course. Right.
Of course, they have the wonderful Peanuts homage.
Oh my God, so out of nowhere, but
which I believe killed us when we watched it, if I'm remembering correctly.
I mean, not quite as much as Pumpkin Pearl did, but yeah.
Sorry. Rose is so here's something I know. So this kind of feeds that kind of Bates Motel thing again. It's based on Steven's kind of his experience. I thought it was really interesting. Again, this kind of interesting psychological level to it all. That Rose, she's getting all whimsical over sports. She's giving like one of her classic Rose quotes. Like, I'm such an important figure. I'm the angelic picture on the wall speeches. It's that whole the thing of like, oh, Stephen, to be human, to play sports. Oh, it's so wonderful. She's being all angelic and kind of like falling on her light on her feet and everything. Again, that makes sense because that's how Rose has sounded to Steven based on all the stories and the video that he's seen. Again, he's seen a video of Rose, so he kind of knows how Rose sounds and everything. So again, it's kind of based on she gave an important speech on that video, which is also mentioned in the episode later on.
And I love how the truth of this episode kind of lies somewhere in between, right? It kind of lies somewhere in between the idyllic version of Rose, kind of the larger than life kind of folktale version of Rose,
Yeah, like we
and
all look up
then
to our parents, but they are human.
right, and then also essentially the version of Rose in Steven's head right now, where it's essentially like, holy crap, my mom is like 2 steps away from being a terrorist.
Yeah, yeah, it's great too that the message Stephen is communicated to himself. That basically Stephen is communicating the message of the episode to himself, which is a great kind of, again, very much like Bates Motel. He's talking, he's bouncing ideas with himself in a room essentially.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what he's doing through Rose. Again, like Rose is kind of Stephen's kind of doubt, or like kind of what he wants, kind of spoken through his mother.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, and the main thing is like he is, as Rose is saying, what Stephen believes, that, you know, he is himself and not Rose or Rose's shadow. He doesn't have to live up to Rose. He is his own thing, which again Rose has kind of said to him before. Everyone's kind of preached upon him. That's kind of what he expects Rose to say. But again, the question is, could Rose be telling him that via the gem, or is that just like the projection of the room? That's the real question. Like, is that actually kind of what Rose would say, or is it just kind of what Stephen is saying?
Okay, I
And the
brought
end,
this up on air, but I definitely think part of it might be sort of a Jarrell thing. I think Jarrell might be a close comparison to make with this.
again, yeah, it's interesting. That's the end. Again, it's the power of the ambiguity. You have kind of like, it's kind of a Jarrell meets Bates Motel sort of thing.
Again, I love the
Seriously,
Bates
it's
Motel
like
comparison because it's like it's so out of
it's
left
very
field but accurate.
yes. I'm saying it's like the Fortress of Solitude. That okay, it's projections and information and slides. Again, could absolutely be like it's Rose's gift to kind of like embody everything. But at the same time, though, it's less what Stephen's thinking, and his emotions do transform the room. So that's very much linked to Stephen, much like it is Norman Bates kind of projecting and talking through things with his mouth. I don't see anything really important here. Okay,
of course,
yeah, but again,
damn
Stephen.
Pearl gag at the end.
Yeah, so Stephen is told things that he wants to hear. The sad fact is none of it is real, as he realizes when he tries to take the picture of the selfie, I guess.
Oh god, that might be one of the most haunting images in the whole show, is the camera with just him.
And of course, following that, again, his emotions kind of transform into a quite literal storm inside of the room. What's great about that is that, you know, he's facing reality in this room that is about the complete opposite. He's facing the realities, the scary realities, which again, that's why the sequence is all scary. And that's why Rose looks so intimidating. That's why we don't see Rose in that scene. That's why it's like, again, they're obscuring her eyes because again, she's doing some shady things. Therefore, she is shaded, and then she is more intimidating in her presentation, like kind of lovely angelic Rose that we see. She is. You know, we're facing the reality that Rose did very questionable things and is responsible for the current predicament, the current mess that Stephen and the Gems are dealing with. They're dealing with the fallout from this war, and all the diamonds are coming to Earth because of Rose.
Yeah, right.
And this idea is put forward in this episode. This is the big takeaway, I guess, of the episode. That, you know, Rose not as great is not as great an ideal to live up to as she's been perceived to be.
But at the same time, like I said, there's some ambiguity there,
yes.
Especially in the videotape when she brings up the videotape, and we know from Steven, it's like I think it's fair to say Steven and the audience can kind of agree the tape is genuine. She's not bullshitting in the tape, so
exactly. I mean, Steven, again, he watched that tape, and he can't like deny that she really meant what she said there. And again, that's Steven reminding himself, getting him out of that emotionally dark headspace. He's reminding himself, no, you know the truth. You saw the evidence. You know the questions you don't know about your mother, you do know one singular thing. She meant what she said to that camera, which means she wasn't all bad, and that's all that matters.
Totally.
And basically, last idea put forward is like, you know, the whole dealing with the sins of the family. That's kind of the big idea that's put forward in the episode. Like Stephen is dealing. It's a very serious idea we've been flirting with, and it's kind of hits ahead in that episode where he's dealing with the sins of his family, and in real life, you got to move forward with it. You can't change what happened. You know, like Rose. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. There's a really adult idea put in here. Like kind of this question of a lot of like people who've been adopted, questioning that whole, like, you know, people who've been abandoned or adopted raised this question of Stephen. It all comes to heaven. Stephen raises the question: was I the easy way out? Essentially, were you just getting out of? Was I the get out of jail free card? You know, did you just, you know, things were getting too difficult and you abandoned me? Essentially, that's the big question you raise, which a lot of people go. It's a very realistic issue that's being addressed through Stephen questioning it. Then, of course, we get the videotape rationale. So it's a big idea. It's a really impressive adult idea. And again, he finds the answer from within, and Pearl too. Okay,
and Pearl too. All right, I'm not enthusiastic about this episode, so I'm not going to have the most.
I can tell you're kind of killing my buzz talking about the previous episode with how much you're dreading this one.
Well, I don't know. Like you say, it got to get into one of those things where we kind of have a problem with Dragon, where sometimes when you eloquently states things, I don't really have a lot to add. You have very good contributions to your thoughts on this episode, and they're just very well stated. And all I can do is nod and agree to a certain extent.
All right. Let's.
Oops! Did I knock the camera? Shit.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
Oh God.
Well, that's fine enough. Fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's like the top corner is cut off a little bit.
Okay, because I really don't want to go into the hangout and down.
It's fine. We need to obscure things a little anyway.
Fair enough. Anyway, so we
are the crystal
gems.
We always save the day.
And if you think we can't, we'll
always find a way.
All right, I'm just kidding. That's why the people
of this world
believe in
garnet,
amethyst,
and pearl, and Stephen. Nah.
Okay. God help us as I plug out my headphones. Let's hope this goes well. Rocknoldo in 1, 2, 3, go. I've got a bad feeling about this. I need to turn it up a little.
Protect yourself against the menace that threatens Beach City. Protect yourself against the menace that threatens Beach City.
No! Oh, thank goodness.
Honor Ronaldo and an Onion episode. We can't handle both.
Let's get knowledgeable.
Oh, God.
All right.
Oh, they don't even look remotely like gems.
Well, it's not. We don't know if it's supposed to be
gems. It's not gems.
Filling minerals to our water supply. They hate men.
Protect yourself against the menace that.
Ronaldo, wait.
Oh, God.
Well, technically, it's an infozine pamphlet, but I've been calling them Ronaldo.
I get that part. I'm talking about the crystal gems.
So they are supposed to be the crystal gems?
Crystal gems fight rock people.
So then who's the rock people?
They fight rock people.
Crystal gems don't just fight rock people. We are rock people.
Oh my God.
Also, don't say rock people.
Okay, I see.
Rock
Okay.
people are different, obviously. For starters, they have rocks embedded in their bodies.
This.
They can summon weapons from the mud dimension.
Oh, God. Okay, that's kind of funny. Yes.
I love that episode.
I'm a crystal gem, Ronaldo. We don't talk about everything. We're just ignored and misunderstood.
I'm so glad you're the only one that took a Ronaldo flip. I'm so sorry.
Oh, God.
It's okay. Everyone makes
Oh,
mistakes.
this guy's so grating.
As long as you realize that the crystal gems and I aren't that different from you.
Right. Thanks, Stephen. I gotta go rethink some
Oh,
things.
no.
I'm shutting down my blog. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, blah. I may never come back to the internet. Well, dude, I suppose it's a good thing. Taking time to think. It's video.
Hey, loyal followers of Keep Beach City Weird. I've come to you today because I pride myself in bringing you the truth about all the weird stuff in Beach
Oh,
City
God.
the man doesn't want you to know about.
Okay.
Today I get to tell you some truths about this man. I've mixed up what is right and wrong and ended up saying some pretty mean things about
Yeah.
John.
All right.
I feel terrible about my mistake because
Okay.
I know more than anyone what it's like to do thankless work and to be an
There you go. All right.
Why, I'm joining the Crystal
Oh
Oh,
no! Oh no!
Well, that turned south fast.
You want to join the Crystal
Oh
Gem?
god!
I thought you
Where's Peridot when you need her?
were actually at home here.
God.
No. My body's organic and I'm a crystal gem. You're going to entertain this?
Okay. If this episode is all about trashing Ronaldo, then I'm all for it.
Interested in what we do? What better way to show him what we're about than to accept him as a crystal gem too?
When do I get issued my gem?
Oh, it doesn't really.
Hey, little picture of Connie.
Yeah, that's nice.
I care so much, I think it'd be like deep in my heart. Or like a million tiny gems, like one crushed up gem coursing through my blood, like bloodstone!
Oh, God.
What's your crystal
man.
gem name?
Wait, check it out! I have a gem weapon now.
Oh man.
Wow, a sword!
I got it at Delmarvacon last year. The replica from the anime, I can't believe my stepdad's my sword. Like a carton of butter.
There's a half full juice box by the TV.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh my god. He looks so pleased.
I grabbed my katana from upstairs.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna take the stairs.
Try. You're going to have to sit this one out. It's a bit dangerous.
But Steven gets to go.
Oh man. Oh man.
This is a meta thing about the first season right here.
I didn't get to come along at first either.
Yeah.
Start your training soon. Be back in a bit.
But I'm a crystal gem too.
They're pulling from the first season on that. It's hilarious.
Oh, hi Steven. Didn't see you there. So,
Oh,
how did
man.
the mission go without me holding
Fuck
it back?
this guy.
It went fine.
Oh, come on. Don't be a baby. It's fine.
After sharing emotions.
I'm glad you didn't get hurt. Me, not there.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
I'm heading out.
Oh, come on.
Like what?
Well, I
He
think
joins the
the
Crystal
real
Gems and then
gem
he's
I wanna
bitter
show
that
off
they
the
didn't
gem.
take him on the first
All
mission
the
that
time.
came up.
If I had a gem, I'd show mine off.
Oh my god.
Trees are quiet.
Oh god.
Skies are quiet. Small rabbits sing.
Oh god.
I know you want pain, but it's bedtime.
Bloodstone.
Funny that you sleep when gems don't need sleep. Why is that?
This guy's grating on me.
Because I'm half human, I get tired and I.
Huh. Well, I'm two halves human and I'm not tired at all.
So it's like it's such a plastic sword, you know? It's not even metal.
Gem sleeping. I don't do it.
That's great.
What a cool name.
Someone kick this guy out.
Bye, Connie. See you tomorrow for sword training.
What? Connie's just leaving?
Okay, now do you see why I have a problem with this?
Oh, okay, relax. It's
How come I don't get your mom's gem and that's gem and
What
weapon?
Well, Connie's been a part of the Crystal Gem.
okay.
I don't approve of this.
I'm starting to see some flaws.
I really don't approve of this.
What are you talking
This guy's an
about?
asshole.
She doesn't even live here.
Oh no.
This guy's like a Patrick fucking Star level.
All right, come on. Let's see.
If she was a real crystal gem, she'd
Fuck
be
this
a little
guy.
bit more dedicated.
Are you serious? Bloodstone, ever since you got here, all you've done is boss me around. Who are you to tell anyone how to be a Crystal Gem?
Definitely taking a negative turn. I'll admit that. Yes.
The blog.
God, it was a bull.
That love is
Okay.
Fuck
Yeah.
you!
Yeah.
Fuck
Okay.
you!
Now.
Fuck you!
All right. Why is he leaving?
And it's going back to the problem of Steve being a pushover, too.
Yeah.
He shouldn't even be entertaining
Wait,
Ronaldo
he realized it.
Bloodstone.
I'm a fist.
What the?
Bloodstone, we need to talk. You're right. The crystal gems are about love and acceptance. But you've been acting really mean to me, and I don't love that. I don't accept that.
There's gotta be something more here.
I really thought you joined because you were interested in the crystal gems. But the second it wasn't about you, you stopped caring.
Yup.
The Bloodstone Club.
Yup.
Bloodstone feel good.
All right.
My whole life. Do you care about that?
Just because they're calling it out doesn't mean it's...
I know. I was giving a sec. What the?
Whoa. You tripped him so hard.
Okay, what's going on here?
He trooped him so hard he died.
Bloodstone.
That's a good line.
Okay, it's just he's sleepy because he's stupid, right?
Guess staying awake for a whole week finally caught up with him.
Well, what can we do with Fry Rocco now? We should let his parents know he's back.
Fry Rocco.
God, I'm back. That was really good.
Petey and let him know he's here. You think he'll be okay? Worried about him.
Crystal Gems, let's head back.
Yeah.
There's something here.
Oh, no, screw you.
Let's see what's going on.
Bloodstone.
Oh,
Stop calling him Bloodstone. He doesn't deserve to be called Bloodstone.
3 weeks.
yeah. I took a real long nap, and then I did some hard thinking.
Yeah, now we're kind of losing traction here.
I was acting like jerk and all that.
Okay, there we go.
But I still felt like an outsider.
This doesn't
I guess
redeem
even
it.
amongst outsiders,
I know it doesn't redeem it.
the ultimate outsider. I think it's better Ronaldo Fryman work alone.
Are you sure? I was really glad you wanted to help our cause.
I still do.
Oh, it's you and Pearl.
That's nice. All right.
Magic and photo editing software. Hey, but when all flits aside, can I ask you something?
Yeah?
Why don't you use your gem name?
Oh, my gem name is my mom's name. Actually, the only time gems really call me that is if they're about to kidnap me and pick me up.
Right.
You want me to put that in the Renault flit?
Maybe.
Got it.
Oh, man. Oh, that
You
was
got a nice-
painful.
Hey, we got the nice ending theme again.
Oh, man. Let me plug back in my headphones. That might have been worse than I was expecting it to be.
I don't. There's definitely. Well, let me get the headphones back.
Oh, God, he's such an ass. He is such an ass. I don't care. I don't care if he learned a lesson at the end, man. That was some irredeemable behavior.
I'm definitely really mixed on it. Yes. Yeah. Here's the thing. I definitely first foremost is not as bad as Onion Gang. Let's make that clear.
No, it's not as bad as Onion Gang. I'll give you that.
I'm saying this episode is flawed, but it is. I think its heart's in the right place. I think it does make a crippling mistake though.
Yeah, the crippling mistake is that Steven's a fucking pushover, and I thought we just got past that with Steven.
And we kind of addressed, again, I'm not saying just addressing it makes it better. I'm just saying I can see where if they cut some stuff out, they still could have salvaged this.
I just really wish Steven didn't. I'm sorry. It was like really like, it was personally like grating on me that Steven was still giving him the satisfaction of calling him like Bloodstone. Like the second that Ronaldo stepped out of line, he should have been calling it Bloodstone.
Honestly, I think what they're hinting at, I gotta see this on the rewatch, is that as he's getting tired and he's not getting any sleep, he's getting more like, petulant and irritating like Patrick in places.
Like Patrick? It is very much like Patrick.
Well, I'm just using your analogy. I'm saying I don't think it's as bad as Patrick. Believe me, T, I've watched more terrible SpongeBob than you have. It's not as bad as Patrick.
You're right about that.
But my point is, I I wonder if it's linked to the sleeping thing. That's what they're getting at, because he has like that tired expression when he's being all douchey and like unlikable in those sections there. Because again, it's kind of weird.
Okay, the second that he starts calling out Connie is the second that I'm just like, nope, fuck
yes,
this.
that's what I'm saying. I think here's the thing. I think the episode it seems to be okay. Then we hit this kind of this void of like basically kind of a sinkhole, the post Connie sinkhole. And then we have a bit
sequel.
We got the post Connie sinkhole, which we just say first and foremost we never just have Connie. See ya, Connie, and then it's like, what? No, we have to have Connie in the scene, man. We can't just have her leave. No, but seriously though, it seems to me we have that post Connie sinkhole. Okay, Ronaldo's acting, really unlikable, and then we kind of
literally the most angry I've ever gotten during one of these reactions.
Yeah, my chagrin. Yeah, I can't hear the episode and you're all ranty.
Anyways, I'm sorry,
but basically, I think they kind of, in places, it seems like they're buying it back, and I think the end solution is good. I don't think it redeems the stuff, though. That's the thing. They went too bad with that.
It really doesn't.
You see what I mean, though? I think it's more mixed than it is. I don't think it corrupts the whole. I think it definitely it takes a huge divot out of the whole, though.
You know what I wish the episode would have been? I wish the episode would have been just the Gems calling out how awful he is throughout the whole episode.
And to be fair, Teague, I think they kind of do that in this episode. They do call him out through various points in the episode.
I mean, I will say that Pearl just putting her hand down and just being like, nope, that is not happening. That like I'm just like, yes, stern Pearl.
Yeah, I think on the rewatch, this episode's going to have a little bit more to it than I think you give me credit
I
for.
don't know about that.
Again, I like what their heart is on this one. I just think they went too far into making Ronald unlikable because they have to basically. It seems to me, bear in mind a rewatch will maybe make this a little bit more direct. I'm speculating here, but it seems like they need we need to show Ronaldo as a crystal gem. Obviously, as Pearl called in the beginning, is a horrible idea. I think they kind of pushed it a little bit too far. Like, yeah, he's really bad for the crystal gems.
Yeah, it could have been funny because, like I said, I mean, you've got to imagine the writers know that Rocknoldo is not a very popular character. They can't be in the dark about that. So some of that stuff has to be meta.
Honestly, I still like Ronaldo better than Petey, though.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. I mean, has Petey ever been as outwardly douchey as Rocknoldo was in this episode?
Remember, Petey always insults Steven. He never is just kind of nice to Steven.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Steven thinks they're friends, and Petey just he can't stand Steven when he's around them, so why is he around them?
But there's no Petey-centric episodes besides, I mean, maybe Frybo.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Petey's he's there in Frybo, and he's just kind of...
And there are Rocknoldo-centric episodes.
Honestly, again, the Ronaldo-centric episode, the other Ronaldo-centric episode, the main one he had was the whole I can't remember. It's the one where he's following the crystal gems on the video camera. He's saying the crystal gems are hurting Beach City.
That's crashing skies. Yes,
and with that one, it raises an interesting idea, but again, it spends too much time. It wastes the idea.
It fails the execution. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Again, that's the only good thing about the episode. It brings it interesting. How the other Ronaldo episodes, I will say, they're not bad. They're not really good, but they're not bad. They're okay.
And I was even kind of holding out hope that this might have followed in the trend of something like Super Watermelon Island, where it sounds like a really, I shouldn't say a terrible episode, but it sounds like a really cheesy episode, a really light episode, and then it ends up being oh, holy crap, this is game changing. Nope, not even close.
I don't think you gave this one a fair shot. Do you think you were going negative into this one?
I mean, yeah, I was, but it's...
No, I think that affected how you viewed it. I think, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you're incorrect with your feelings on it. I just think you're kind of going into it. That's why you're not seeing any of the potential in this one.
I'm really not, man. Like I said, the only potential I see in this episode is kind of the meta humor of the writers calling out, yeah, Ronaldo's not the best character, is he? That's the only potential I see in this thing.
I think the last thing I'll say, because we'll talk about this more, and I guess the next one's going to be a lot better.
Yes, it is. Tiger Flip. He's giving back. Basically, he's giving back.
Oh, yeah, he's giving back. basically, there's a bit in the episode I think is going to be a little more interesting, maybe dissect a little bit. The next one is that the whole, like, he corrects himself when he's handing out pamphlets about the wrong information, then he calls himself on, he corrects it, and he's still misguided, but again, it's much in a more positive manner. It's directed in a more positive
If
way.
only he was that way the whole episode.
I know, and that's something we'll talk about next time. And next time, of course, when we talk about the wonderful, the long-awaited
Yes,
Tiger philanthropist, because he's giving back.
All right.
He's giving back. He's doing the Wilson Fisk. He's giving back to the community. He'll give back so much it's going to redeem the episode that came before it.
All right. And in the meantime, folks, we are the Crystal Gems. We'll always save the day. And if you think we can't, we'll always find a way. That's why the people of this real believe in Tiki.
Dragon.
And
Steven. Probably not Ronaldo.
yeah, definitely not douchey Rocknoldo.